Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in to Meeting in the Ladies Room, y'all.
Absolutely. Welcome in,
What's,
everybody.
yes, what's up, what's up, what's up? As Miss T with the T says, what's upper?
What's upper?
Yeah, she always says what's upper. So welcome in. Thank you guys for joining us this evening. How you doing?
I am good, Yaya. How are you?
Doing well. Welcome
How
in,
wonderful, single
Sugar Mama.
mama.
Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you. Hey, Joshua, how are you? He
Hey,
says,
Joshua.
Tiffin and Yaya.
Thank you for joining us.
Yes, we appreciate you. Hey, Miss CC, how are you doing?
Hi, Cece.
Good to see you. Yeah. So I
In
don't
the
know. I'm kind of
building.
dragging this evening. I don't know why I'm dragging so or whatever. Wasn't like I did a whole bunch today. But it'd be like that sometime. I guess that's why it brought us to talk about some things that we're gonna be talking about tonight, okay? Because it
Right.
happens. Sometimes
Absolutely.
kind of slow dragging and all that
What
good
you
stuff.
sipping on, Yaya?
Oh, I'm eating some grapes, so grapes gotta, using that as a water supplement, if you will, too. And then
Mm-hmm.
I got me some water. What you sipping on?
Water. You know, I got my vodka over here.
What's
But
it
look,
mixed with?
I still got my water too.
Hey, that's all right. Yeah,
Got
it's
to
all
keep my
right.
water. Chat, let us know what y'all are sipping on.
Yes, absolutely. Let us know what y'all sipping on. What you got it mixed with, Sheer Magic?
I actually got it mixed with some cranberry juice this time.
Oh,
Yeah, got a little bit of cranberry juice in there.
all right. Hey, Janet, thanks for joining. We
Hi,
appreciate you.
Janet.
Yeah, thank you for joining. So today here in Florida, it's been like 75, between 75 and 80. But what happened was there was a storm supposed to come in today, and it did, but
Mhm.
it wasn't around here very long. But I'm only like about an hour and a half away from Savannah,
Okay.
Georgia, and they kind of got hit and stuff, and there was tornadoes and things. But they had told us our weather that there was supposed to be some tornadoes in Jacksonville, and we live in St. Augustine, which
Hmm.
is a small city. But Jacksonville is like we're about 45 minutes an hour from Jacksonville up the
Okay.
road here. And the weather had said that it was going to be tornadoes there, but I didn't hear anything about it today. But I didn't watch a whole bunch of the news today or whatever. But it did kind of
Yeah.
pour down raining out here, but it's really humid and muggy out. But now the sun is out, and it's just like
Right.
a regular day. So
Well, I'm glad y'all didn't get hit with nothing because that's
welcome in,
crazy.
Tampa Creek. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Hello. Happy birthday.
Yes, absolutely. Happy birthday. I think she's going to go on tonight around about 8. Put it in
Uh-huh.
the chat, Tampa Creek, what time you're going live tonight. I think she's having a birthday party tonight. If we're invited, only if we're invited. So,
It's invite only.
or, I don't know. Is it a private party? I mean, it could be private. But no, drop it in the chat and let us know
It's
what
a
time the
private
party's going to
party.
be. Yeah, let us know what time the party. Yep, 1 hour into the party. And
One
we're
hour
going
to
to
the
go
party.
just about that. That's going to be it.
She
So,
said, all are welcome.
absolutely.
Yes, it's 77 here today. It's kind of humid. Well, 78 now. It's kind of humid. I got my air on, but it's kind of been like that all week. It's kind of 77, 78-ish.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What? The cropper is supposed to dance wearing only a big leaf. I think I heard that on Miss T that somebody was going to be dancing. Oh, Snooky Snooky. We're going to have to go over to that party and see what's really going on.
Somebody gonna be over there cutting up.
Yeah, CC said, Janet, don't hold your breath. They talking big stuff, okay?
That's too funny.
So, but let's get on with the show. I think let me see, Janet, what Janet say? She said, "CC, trust me, I'm not holding my breath either way." Y'all funny. Just waiting to cover my eyes. I know that's right. Well, that brings something
So to cover the eyes.
Yeah. Let me just tell y'all this little quick story. I got the little part-time job. So I was the other day, I was at work and I was talking to my manager, and she was showing me pictures of her and her husband and stuff on her phone. And she's a new manager. But anyway, she was showing me pictures, and I was like, oh, they were really nice pictures and stuff. So I was oohing and ahhing and this, that, and the other. And she's swiping and swiping, showing it. Girl, what for? All of a sudden, she had a full picture of her husband, butt ass naked.
I'd be like, kill the visual, Jesus.
And y'all know sometimes I can be a little slow now, not all the time, and so I'm looking, and she was a beautiful woman, and and I'm just all into it. It's like, oh yeah, oh look at you, oh you look so good, oh that, oh oohing and on, and she just was grinning and smiling, and then all of a sudden this pic comes up. And she just turns bright red, and she just backs up, and I was like, oh my God. I said, and don't tell him that I even saw that. Don't
right.
He's sick right now. He's got lung cancer. And they had split up, but she came back to take care of him. She had
that's good.
She came back to take care of it. But yeah, I was like, I didn't even ask her why she got that pic on her phone. Why would you keep it? Might have been sharing, but delete, baby, delete.
Anyway. Or put it in a separate folder, like
yeah, private.
Right. Put it in a separate private folder with a whole nother password to it.
Exactly, Janet. Exactly. Well, I wouldn't. It didn't bother me. I mean, I can't even tell y'all what. I don't know if I turned my head or what, but hey, you seen one, you seen them all. Might be different.
It probably happened so fast you wasn't even expecting that.
But anyway, that's my story for the evening. Let's see. Let me get through the comments, and then we're gonna get to talking about our topic tonight. We're talking mental health because May is National Mental Health Awareness Month, and I believe we did it last year, didn't we? Sheer Magic. I think we had a segment on mental health.
Yeah.
I think it's very important. So we just kind of wanted to share some things and learn some things from you guys as well. So make sure you keep talking to each other and talking to us in the comments, and let us know your thoughts on certain things. So it's kind of nice to know how to identify, and if you might have friends or family members, also what that crisis line number is and what we can do for ourselves. Because like I said, I was kind of dragging the day, and Sheer Magic, we were on earlier talking, and everybody gets in a little funk, but we kind of want to be aware to make sure we can check ourselves. So I'm going to get through these comments. Yvette, yours, welcome in. Thank you so very much.
Yvette, yours. I see what Tampa's going to join the challenge. Yay.
Yours. Oh, that's over on your channel. Yes. So we're streaming on both channels.
Thank you.
So thanks for joining, Sheer Magic. Let me see. What CC say? Did the visual leave your mind yet? Well, now that I'm talking about it, it came back up, but you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone because I didn't. I'm gonna leave it alone. All right, y'all. Leaving this up while I go out and finish mowing. Okay, sorry, I can't stay. I always love your chats. Hopefully, I'll be back before you end. All right, or either we'll see you. Okay, thank you, Janet. So, like I said, yeah, we wanted to talk about mental health awareness, and in my lifetime, I've run across people, had family members that, there's been situations and things like that. And so it's always really, really, truly good to know kind of how to handle those situations, or to be able to say, if you think something is really going on, because it's something kind of hard to speak on with someone. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
What do you think?
Yeah. Did that echo?
No, you didn't echo. I was
Okay.
leaving. I thought you were going to say something. I was leaving it open.
Yeah, I agree with you because a lot of people don't want to talk about it. You know, they could be going through some stuff or dealing with some stuff, and they can really try to psych their mind to say, I'm not depressed. I don't have mental issues. I don't have this. I don't have that. But something is going on that's not normal, or it's not the way that you're usually being able to function, you know? So a lot of people definitely don't talk about it or don't want to tap into it or acknowledge it.
Absolutely. And a lot of the
Mhm.
symptoms that you can tell in a person that, if there's someone that's a family member or a very, very close friend, is that you can tell if they're feeling sad, or if they're
Mhm.
down, and if it's going for a long period of time, or if
Mhm.
they're feeling confused, or, they just really lethargic. Like I had a nephew once, and my nieces and nephews, when I was younger, they used to come over all the time and stuff, but I knew something wasn't right, because he just was kind of would come over and just be on the couch watching TV, and he would stay a few days or whatever, and I never did like you got to leave or anything like that, but when
Mhm.
you go a long period of time not showering, and you just
Right.
kind of don't have no conversation. So I ended up calling his mom, and I was like, something's just, something's not tracking right, or whatever. So she finally came over, to talk to him or whatever. Or you can tell when people have anxiety and
Mhm.
things like that. So or, they're high one day, and then they're very down and low one day. And I will
Right.
share with you, for me, sometimes you don't know that you're depressed until you've
Mhm.
come out of it, and that's what that fine line is. And like when I went through menopause, I really did not know. And menopause goes for a long time. When you go into
Right.
menopause, it'd be some years going on. And like I did apologize to my son, because I was like 36 when I had my son, because I was a little bit older, and then I went into menopause probably, I don't know, maybe 10 years later or something like that. I did not really realize until I was pretty much almost out of it that I was mean and surly.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then when I think back on it, I realized that Tim always forgets and calls. He's probably saying, oops, she's on her live.
Right.
And so it's that really fine line that you really don't know.
Yeah.
And it can be very, very scary,
Mhm.
very scary. Welcome in, Kay Renee.
Absolutely. Hey, Kay Renee.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah,
Um,
that is so true too. Because like what you said, we don't recognize or don't realize what it is or what's going through, and then you can know somebody. Because I knew a person that, well, I know a person. I say knew like they're gone, but I know a person that you can tell like they would keep their self up, keep a clean shave, like dress nice. I mean, to the T, everything smell good and all that stuff. And so then over time, like things started to change. Like you be around that person, they got like a foul body odor, or
yeah,
they wasn't going to get, their mustache and beard and haircut and different things like that. The way they even dress started to change. And so when I made a statement or trying to talk to this person, they was like, I'm good. And I'm like to myself, no, you're not good, because your whole demeanor, everything changed. Even like sitting there, like you said, just not so much as ignoring, but just not even talking to people, just not even saying anything or doing anything and stuff. And so I just felt like that person was really in a deep state of depression, but they was also in denial that they
yes,
were depressed, because it's like, you keep yourself together and well groomed and shaved and all that, and then you're not doing it, but you don't even care that people see you how you are. Because he was the type of person that people had to see him looking this way, that way, and he just got to a point where he didn't care, evidently. And I was just like, well, if he's not going to get the help that he needs, I can't do anything.
right, right,
I mean,
yeah.
I can't.
And
I'm not.
again,
You
like
don't
you
do so
said,
much.
it's a hard subject to approach someone. Maybe a family member might be, just because
Hmm.
you know how to, you can cross a line with them. But if, like, say,
Yeah.
like if it was a coworker or something like that, it's kind of hard to. But I dropped a question in here to you in the chat. Said, what causes mental health problems?
Hmm.
And a lot of it is biological.
Hmm.
I mean, it's something that can travel down, and it also can be traumatic experiences that are,
Exactly.
traumatic experience that a person has had
Uh-huh.
in a childhood experience.
Yeah.
I'm on my live.
And that's what I said too. It could be a childhood thing that they went through,
Or they witness a violent crime. They may
Mm-hmm.
have a chemical imbalance.
Mm-hmm.
So it's in about 30 minutes. We all leave. What happened? I said we're all leaving. Okay, go ahead, Sheer Magic. Take over for me.
Okay.
For us.
Okay. So yeah, just with different things and stuff, I was talking to somebody about depression with all the things that people have been going through. Like when you see stuff on the news or you see stuff on social media where people are just doing, just violent acts. I'm trying to use my words correctly on YouTube, but they may be mad at somebody that hurt them or did something to them, but they're not taking that on their person. They're going to hurt other people, which is really sad. And I know like during the pandemic, we was talking about that before, where people weren't going to get their medication. They weren't taking the things that they need to take care of themselves, to help themselves, to deal with any kind of mental illness that they may have, whether it was financially they couldn't afford it or they just didn't want to do it because the medicine, we all know medication makes you feel a certain type of way. So they may not have wanted to take it because of the way the medication made them feel and everything. And so it's just so many reasons and things around that. And then when you hear people or talk to people, depending on what they went through, and they'll say, "Oh well, when I was younger, my mom this, and that, and she didn't," and that can go into your adulthood. And so then I'll even make a statement about men that don't have their mother there, like in their life, like as a man, like your first love is supposed to be your mom type of thing, and then you don't. And so you might have felt abandoned by your mom or different things like that. So then you go through your whole life not giving a damn about women, not caring how you treat them or nothing, because you didn't have that to be taught. And then that affects different things and stuff. So that's the mental as well. Same thing with women growing up without a father. Then you tend to date those men that like the father figures, like you want that father or whatever the case may be. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't want to sound like that's gross, but it's like you tend to grow up with daddy issues. And so everybody you come in contact with are your male partners and different things like that, but they can't replace what you didn't have. They can't replace your dad. They can't replace, that father figure been in your life. And then that affects your mental. I mean, that really affects your mental. I've been in plenty of relationships where it was like, it affect my everything. And I'm such a happy person. Yeah, life happens for me and I go through different things and stuff. But for the most part, I'm always happy. But when you're in a relationship and that relationship is toxic or it's not good or something, it drains you. It will really drain you. It'll make you go into a state of depression, sadness, whatever the case may be. And so, it could be a whole bunch of combinations of different things. And like you said, Yaya, about the chemical imbalance, about what we're eating and what we're, our intake and different things like that. So it's just a combination of what things can affect us in life pertaining to depression,
Absolutely.
Because I know with the pandemic, go on.
No, I was just going to say, Kay Renee was saying, it could be genetic.
Yeah, absolutely.
It could be illness, PTSD, trauma.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many different things, but there's a lot of things. I want to hit event yours. So
okay.
Our question is, am I saying it correct?
Event yours.
So her question is, what are your thoughts about having depression as a luxury? I say that because not everybody has the luxury to be able to just let life go.
That's a good one.
If you're in a situation where everybody is relying on you, then you don't have the luxury to not get up in the morning or do what it is that you need to do. Absolutely.
And I like that.
That's not odd. Well, I'm not trying to downplay when I did say that's not odd, but what I meant by that is, even if a person thinks that they have everything or whatever, you're absolutely right, especially single mothers or single dads or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You got to just keep getting up every day and putting one foot in front of the other. I remember when I left my son, he was just a baby. That was one of the things I think I told y'all once before or whatever. I don't even know why I got married, but I did. But anyway, and I remember when I left or whatever, and I struggled the first few years and stuff. And my son, you know, he was just a baby, but I would get up and I would go to work, and I knew I was doing it blindly, not blindly that I couldn't see, but my mind was blank. I would just, and because I left everything. I left everything. I had a good job. I just left everything because I was not staying. Yeah. It's like, whatever, I don't care. I just left everything. I called my dad and I said, I'm ready to go. I took a few things, but I just left. And so car, everything. And so that resulted in catching the bus to work. And I remember getting my baby up at 5 o'clock in the morning and getting him ready and us walking to the bus, and it was pitch black dark in the morning, but I didn't call nobody for no ride or nothing like that. I just got up, I got us ready. I did have a butcher knife in my purse.
Right. Yeah, especially the walk.
I walked to the bus every single day, and I dropped him off at the daycare. And thank goodness where we lived at or whatever, I was probably maybe 3-4 blocks from my job, from where the daycare was. And I dropped him off at the daycare, and I just kept on stepping. And I was putting one foot in front of the other every single day. I wasn't even really, when I think back on it, I don't even think I was even thinking.
Yeah.
My thing was get to work, do what you got to do.
You went to survival mode.
After that, you got to go pick him up. You got to go home. It was the basics to keep me to do the cycle again the very next day.
Right.
That was making it. And so now where I am, when I think back on that, I was just barely making it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't talking to nobody about it because I felt it was all my fault.
You
know what I mean? You know, you figure, well, you shouldn't have married that guy. Da 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 da. And then you get, you go through the little things.
Beat yourself up.
Yeah, I was in a state of depression as well.
Yeah. And like to piggyback from what y'all said too, like what Evangelist just Spear said, is the fact that like when people depend on you, you feel like sometimes you can't stop, because if you stop and you don't do it, then everything else fails. Adventurers.
Got you. I got you.
Okay, adventurers. Okay, but yeah, when people totally depend on you and stuff, and you want to kind of stop and take a break and stuff, but you also feel like I can't stop because hey, micro farmer. Because if I stop, then what's going to happen? Like everything's going to fall apart, Yes. And so I'll give you an example. Fantasia Barrino, one of my favorite American Idol singers. I love me some Fantasia. And when she won American Idol, she couldn't read. She dropped out of school. She had a baby at a young age. She's going through things with her baby daddy. She won American Idol. They wound up gifting her a car. She couldn't even drive. And so she could read, but she couldn't read big words. Let me change that. She could read, but she couldn't read big words. So she went through a whole lot. When she got out of American Idol, she was paying her brother's child support. She was putting the family in her house. She was paying for this, paying for that, doing this, doing that. And everything was just happening so fast for her. And so she felt like she was carrying the load, like she was carrying the weight and everything. And so there was a situation where she, wanted to be out of here. If I can say that right, she wanted to be out of here. And when I read the news and seen it, I'm like, no, that can't be true. That can't be true. That's my girl. She's God-fearing. She's a spiritual woman, this and that. But when she wound up doing her interview, Wendy Williams was being messy. But she was like, well, did you think about your daughter? And so she was like, Fantasia was like, can I get a tissue? But she's like, at that moment, no, I did not think about my daughter. All I thought about is I was tired. I'm carrying the weight of everybody. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And that's why her testimony is so powerful, because she had to rebuild twice, not one time. Hello. Yeah, not one time, but she had to rebuild twice. And so when people feel like you have all that weight and you're carrying everything and it's just you and nobody's looking out for you, but you got to look out for everybody, that is draining. That is stressful. It would definitely send you into a different mind frame about, how you feel about different things, because you want to be there to help. You want to, pour into your family in the case, whatever the case may be. But You're only one person, and I always say you can't pour from an empty cup. You know.
Absolutely. And with that said, if you know something, if someone comes to you or you recognize it with a family member or someone that is close to you or whatever, take it serious.
Yeah.
Take it really, really serious. You can't just like, oh, you'll be okay. Oh, that's just life. Oh, this just,
Hmm.
yes, you can be encouraging, but when you see somebody, you have to really take that serious. And you do have to ask the hard questions, which is,
Hmm.
you, I mean, if you care about that person,
Yeah.
it would be like me saying, I'm just a role playing sheer magic, saying to you,
Hmm.
are you okay? How
Right.
are you feeling? I'm not a
Hmm.
doctor. How are you feeling? Are you feeling some kind of way?
Hmm.
How can I help support you?
Right.
Do we need to call?
Exactly.
You got to go ahead
Hmm.
and ask those questions. You can't just brush your shoulders off and dismiss it with someone because
Hmm.
that's really real.
It's serious.
It's really serious. Welcome in, Crystal from V.O.M. Thank you so very much. She said it's
Hi,
overwhelming.
Crystal.
And my friend, Antoinette, thank you so much for stopping in. I had something highlighted I wanted to see. Yeah. I just had a deep emotional moment with my daughter about an hour ago. She shared her mental is messing with her. Yes. Yes.
Hmm. Sending
Yes.
prayers for your daughter,
Yes, we
definitely.
are, guys. We're sending prayers to
Hmm.
Crystal for her and her daughter.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sheer Magic. I got to
And,
take this.
okay, and it's real good that it's real good that she shared that with you too, because some people won't share it. We was talking about that earlier, that some people won't share what they're going through. They'll just kind of shut down and kind of stay to themselves. So it's real good that she did share that. Her mental is messing with her with you, so that way you can help her whatever she needs or get her the help that she needs, to make sure that she's okay. And to just keep on keeping on and stuff. I just did a video yesterday and it wouldn't upload, but I'm gonna make sure it uploads because there's always a message behind the things that I do. And I was just talking about how when life keeps attacking you and things just keep happening and stuff, it's just like you can't give up. You just got to keep on going. Keep on pushing. I'm a prayer. I love praying and asking God for guidance and pushing through different things and stuff because life is going to happen for us as long as we're on this earth. Like it's not going to stop. But the thing of it is how we deal with it, how we react to it, and what the end results will be, because it's easy to just say, I'm done with this. I just can't do it no more. But it's like, you can do it. You have to pull your strength from somewhere. You have to like dig deep down and just say, you know what? I got to have strength to do this. I got to have strength, to keep pushing on and keep on going forward. And I'll share some with y'all that I've shared with Yaya. So long time ago, like I had like people passing away in my family.
I'm back.
And then one of my uncles that I was really close to, he wound up passing away. He was in the military, was in the army and stuff, and he dealt with schizophrenic. And so he was telling me that he wanted me to come get this entertainment center that he had, and I loved his entertainment center. And he was like, I want you to come get it because I know you'll take care of it, and this and that. And I'm like, okay, I'll come get it. But I was so busy. I was like, okay, like you said, yeah, blowing them off, not paying attention. And so I said, I'll come get it tomorrow. I got this to do and that to do. So tomorrow comes and he kept calling me and was like, I want you to come get it. I didn't even know what was going on. And my little cousin was with him when my uncle was hearing voices, and he passed away or whatever. I don't know how to say it, but I'm gonna skip that. But I felt bad because I was like, I felt like he was reaching out to me. Like I'm steady calling her and I was feeling really bad and stuff. And there's like, you can't feel guilty about that. He was going to do whatever he was going to do. His mind was made up. You can't feel, guilty about that. So then I was having one family member pass after another, and it was like draining me. And so my little brother passed away. I lived in Atlanta at this time, and I got a call from my mom. It's like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And hello. And she had told me that my little brother had passed. I felt like I was about to lose it. No, I literally felt like I was about to just be gone because that's my youngest brother. So anyway, I came back to Kansas City and different things and stuff like that. And I decided to leave Atlanta, move back to be close to my family. Because at that time, I couldn't get in the car and drive to be here for my mama. I couldn't get in the car to drive to get back to Kansas City quick enough. So anyway, long story short, going through the process, and then the pandemic happened. I have male friends. I didn't have a boyfriend at the time. Well, kind of a boyfriend, but I don't have any kids. So when everything shut down, I was just home by myself. And so my family members like lived close by me up the street. My auntie shut everything down because they was talking about the older people would get it like quicker. So my auntie was like, nope, I'm shutting it down. She's not having groceries delivered. She's not going nowhere. And so that depressed me because I'm a family oriented person and I love being around my family, you know, or even just being, you know, with them connected and stuff. And so that kind of was a sad thing, but I didn't understand that I was depressed. I'm like, why am I not smiling and happy? Why am I always just, you know, quick to get upset about something? I couldn't figure it out. So then past that, I wound up being in a relationship, and that person was my friend, and I was helping him, like, you know, just be there for each other. And we wound up being in an actual relationship, you know, but I said, I could never be in a relationship with you. And then I wound up being in one. Well, that relationship was toxic for me. It was draining me. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I was crying. I was calling my friends, and I was just doing this and doing that. And I said, you know what? I need to go see a therapist. Growing up in an African-American household, they say whatever happens in the house stays in the house. We don't go to the head doctor because they're going to mess with your head. That's what therapists, you know, they call therapists and stuff. But I didn't need to talk to a friend. I didn't need to talk to a family member. This was really serious. I needed to talk to somebody else. And I wound up going through my insurance, through my job. And I'm like, okay, I need to go see a therapist. The first 3 sessions was free. And when I want to say 4 sessions, they was free. And when I tell you, when I wound up going in there, and I would be sitting in the lobby waiting for her to call my name so I can go in. I'm in the lobby crying. My eyes water all the time anyway, but I was really wiping. Like, I can't stop these tears. And so I go in there and I sit on her couch and I'm just pouring everything out. I felt so heavy. I had so much on me. I'm like, I need to release this stuff. So after the 4th visit, she was saying that you have to pay for the next one and this and that. I'm like, that's fine. I'll pay for it. And then I wound up going to another therapist. But I say all that to say that I'm really grateful and I thank God, because one thing that's on my vision board is to lessen my visits with my therapist, because I was going every week, like clockwork, every week to the therapist. But I didn't want that life for me. I didn't want to keep doing that forever. So now with all the things I've been going through, talking to, releasing stuff, letting stuff go, letting people go, not letting people disturb your peace, your energy, your mental. I was like, now I see her every 3 weeks, and we do it virtually now, but I see her every 3 weeks, and I'm so grateful. I'm not crying. I'm not doing this. I'm talking about progress, and then seeing, okay, what's the next step we need to go to see what's going on, you know, that may be affecting and stuff. So when I say that to say therapy helps. Whatever you're going through, therapy helps.
Because for one thing, they go to learn how to step you through. And a lot of times people go thinking that the people are going to tell you what to do. And I've been to therapy and counseling before too. And that's not what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I always tell people, if you're feeling out of sorts and you think that you cannot figure out, you don't know what your next steps are. You're just in that zone, like I was telling you about my experience, and you just feel like that you're lost, and you just every day putting one foot in front of the other, just making the basics happen, feeding your kids, or you just getting by. When you do go to therapy, they ask you so many questions. You know, they draw you out, they get you to talk, they get you to say, have you felt this way before? Because generally you probably have. So they take you back to a time when you felt that way, and they get you to kind of go through that experience, and how did you resolve it then? Or did you resolve it then?
Right.
And as you go through these sessions with them, they help you put a plan together to find out what is it that you want, you know. And usually after you get out of therapy, it's so draining, but it's a kind of a good drain.
Yeah, it is.
You do kind of cry a bunch, but it's and first see, I grew up, you don't cry. That was,
Hmm.
I mean, it was kind of like, you hold your head up and you take the punches and you do what you got to do. That's just that's how my dad was. And I just recently, I'm gonna tell you guys for real, in the last, I don't know, maybe 5, 10 years, realized it's okay to cry.
It is. Yeah.
And I really kind of affected my son by being the way that I raised him, because he has some issues now,
Hmm.
and we working through that with him. He's 30, but we working through that with him because he'll say to me, you know, I don't want to be a punk, or
Right.
I can't, like his girlfriend called me the other day and she was like, you might want to do a check because he's not doing good
Hmm.
today. So I call him and he's at work or whatever, and he works in the school system. And he was like, I'm okay. He said, but I can't be up in here crying. So,
Mm.
so that said to me, okay, you all uptight and everything about something or
Yeah.
whatever, but you can't release yourself. So you
Hmm.
holding it all in. Well, then at any given time, a person can have a break. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? If you
Absolutely.
don't get that release, and he goes to therapy. So if you got somebody that you're working with, or if it is yourself or whatever, consider it.
Yeah.
Strongly consider it, because it's
Yeah.
always good to have a third party to go talk to instead of it being your mama or your sister or your
Yeah.
best friend, because they really can't. They can be there because they love you and they can support you, but they can't
Hmm.
put that plan together because that's
They
just not
can.
in there.
Yeah. And
It's just not.
another thing, yeah, yeah, I wasn't trying to be funny, but I told him that I did not want an African American therapist because I felt like they was going to be on the same level. Like, we pray, we don't, this or that, or, what are you doing? I wanted somebody to bring all that up out of me, and so I was like really being specific about that. When I was looking for a therapist, 'cause they give you options and stuff. And then
Yeah,
what you said too about your son, like men, a lot of men grew up and taught not to cry. Like you a
yes,
man, you don't cry. So they
yeah,
hold all that in. But guess what, Yaya? As soon as some woman make them mad, or as soon as they done snapped out. They done went
yeah.
crazy because they've been holding all that in instead of just releasing it, or just letting it go, or just get in your car and just cry. I don't even care. But yeah, I don't
Yeah.
mind a man crying at all.
But so I put the question in the chat and said, how do I figure out what is wrong with me mentally?
Hmm.
And so you need to go get diagnosed.
Yeah.
Just talk to your primary doctor and say, I'm feeling this kind of way. Can you recommend someone? Because it's okay to go talk. And the first time that
Hmm.
I did it, I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna go one. Girl, that woman probably was like, you is the cryingest person.
I know my
You know,
therapist was. She probably was thinking it. She didn't say it, but I know she's like, this girl can't even get in the back room on the couch yet, and she
yes,
crying.
yes, yeah, booger snotting and everything. It was like, wow.
I'm like, I need these
I don't.
sessions.
I know this is a serious subject. I really wouldn't try to be up, but I'm saying it from being.
Right. Hmm.
But yeah, but absolutely. So yeah, I strongly encourage that if a person is feeling some kind of way, that
Hmm.
that's what you do. They need to go and get diagnosed. They need to go talk to someone
Yeah.
that can help them put a plan together for themselves.
Right. I like what
So
CC said.
yeah, absolutely. Hey,
Hmm.
David, Corey, thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. And
Hey,
someone
David
new
Corey.
to the channel. Hey, Big Rooster, how you doing? Thank you for
Hey,
stopping
Big
in.
Rooster.
Yeah, good to see you. I missed her. And Fifi, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, J.K. Gardner. And I don't know if it's a he or a she, but said hello, everyone. This is such an important topic.
Hello.
So many families suffer from this mental health. Yeah, absolutely. It's
Hmm.
it's
And we'll acknowledge it.
it does not have. There's no. It's across the board. It don't matter
Yeah.
what color you are. It don't matter what
Hmm.
size you are. It don't matter what your gender is.
Hmm.
Mental health just goes straight across the board, and it affects all of us in some kind of way. Some more
Absolutely.
severe than others, but I would venture to go to say we all go through it at some point in our life. We have moments.
Yeah. And it's a lot of things too, generational curses too, that come with all that. And I always say, like, you gotta, kick yourself and just say, you know what, I'm gonna get out of this. I'm gonna change everything around. I'm gonna switch this up, because it's like one thing happened, another thing happening, and it's like back to back and back to back and stuff. And I always say that, you can't have a testimony without a test. You have to like pull strength from somewhere, whether it's a therapist or we talked about exercising, or just just meditating, listening to music at night or something like that, getting in a quiet place. I have me a Kiba day, and my Kiba days is on Fridays. Every other Friday with me and y'all do our show and everything, but I have my Kiba day where I just tap out of everything. I don't do business. I don't do phone calls. It's my day to do whatever I want to do, which is mostly nothing. But that is my mental day. That's a day where you can just tap out, and we have to quit letting people affect our peace. You have to get to a place of peace, and don't let nobody interfere. Don't let them affect it. I've been doing this thing I've really been working on, is just keeping my mouth closed. Like when somebody say something or do something, I can usually say something foul or pop off. But I also respect other people's issue or mental or whatever, because even though I may pop off and say something, like, oh, somebody say something crazy to me and I say something back, you don't know what that person is going through. So it's not only just protecting my peace and making sure I'm quiet and don't say nothing, to respect the other person in return,
Exactly. Like I said, this little part-time job I got, this lady came in. Well, everybody, I ain't never worked in no store environment, but that's where I work, at the little store environment. And so, sometimes I think I'm a therapist up there, and sometimes I think I'm a doctor. Sometimes when people come in there and be asking me questions, I was like, I am not a doctor, but I'll show you where that item is over here in the medical section or whatever. But, sometimes you just know stuff. Some lady was looking for calamine lotion, and so anyway, we get to chat. Then I have people that come in there that they just, I don't know, want to tell me about their life, probably because I be running my mouth. and everything. But a lady came in the other day. When she came in, I always greet everybody and say hello and stuff. And she was kind of grumpy or whatever. But, I kept doing what I was doing. Anyway, when she got up to the register, I always still kind of chat people up while I'm ringing up their stuff. And she was just mean, just ugly acting or whatever. But I just kind of keep doing what I'm doing and kind of chatting. And then she was mad because it was a sale and she picked 2 different cereals and she needed the same brand or whatever. And she says, well, I thought this was supposed to be 2 for $6 or something like that. I said, okay, well, let me go over there and look at the tag. So I go over there and look at the tag and come back and tell her, I said, well, you mixed General Mills with Kellogg or something. And so then she got mad about that, but she wanted to take it out on me about it. Well, y'all should this, that, and the other. I wanted to pop up. But I just kind of like looked at her, and because she was just like grumpy, you could tell she was just in a foul mood or whatever. And then on our little thing, once you pay or whatever, you can rate your service or whatever. Well, that hag had the nerves to hit the red face, which is the mean one. Because I always laugh when I'll take the cheesy grin one, like that. And people laugh and they'll hit the smiley face. And so then when she hit it, I still kind of wasn't totally with her. I was like, did you really? I said, did you really just hit that red face? And she said, I ain't got time for you today. Oh. She sure did. I mumbled a few things inside of myself, but she went on my door. That hag came back later. And I know it was her. She came back. But I wasn't mean to her or anything. I just didn't chat her up.
Yeah.
And I thought about it and I said, I don't know what's going on in her life.
Yeah.
Saying, I don't know when she walked out the house, what was going on or what was said or what have you. So there was, so you're absolutely right. We have to kind of be cognizant of,
And even though it's where you want to say it, you want to say what you want to say, but then at the end of the day, what would have been the end result of you doing that popping off? You would have gave her more energy than she deserved. It's like somebody said, what did somebody say one time? You ain't even worth the spit it take to cuss you.
Right. Yeah, I would have been. I would have been
giving you that energy. Yeah, exactly. You would have been entertaining her, and
Yeah.
that wouldn't have got you anywhere. No way.
But I do think when she came back, I do think that she kind of
Hello.
API. I do think that she felt bad
Yeah.
because
Uh
she knew
huh.
she was rude and
Yeah.
disrespectful or whatever. But but anyway,
Hmm.
so that are things that we have to be cognizant of. But you was leading us down the path that we were going. We almost getting short on time here because we got to go over to the birthday party. But so now we've kind of discussed things. Make sure that if you are in a situation with someone or either for yourself, that you do have the hotline number, which is 24/7,
Hmm.
and that you got it on speed dial or whatever in case a person needed to use that. So that's just something that kind of nice to have up on your refrigerator or something like that,
Hmm.
just in case you need it. And the other thing
Sticky
is,
notes too, y'all.
what's that?
Sticky notes.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes,
take sticky notes and write positive affirmations on them. Put them on your bedroom
yes,
mirror, your bathroom mirror.
yes,
You can say something like, "I'm looking at this mirror in the morning because God woke me up," or whoever your
yes,
higher power is. Like, I'm
yes.
able to see, this to because of whatever the case may be, and then just stick them in different places and stuff. You can go to $1.25 Tree or whatever, and then just get you. Don't look bad for someone else. Absolutely, David Corey. Just get your sticky notes and just put up positive affirmations and stuff. And if you're feeling sad or if you're feeling down, just always reference them. Always go back
Yes.
to it, or even write down, like get a little book, like a little journal, and say today, 5/10/24, I felt really bad, didn't want to get out of bed, XYZ. And then go back and say why you got out of bed, whether it was this or that. And then you can just keep track of that stuff so that way you can know, like, I can look back and I can reference. I'm like, man, on the May 10th, oh my God, I had a horrible day. And then you can look on May 12th, May 13th, you're like, well, I don't know what happened between that day and that day, but something happened good because I got
Yeah.
up, I did this, I went, you just have to really, really encourage yourself, talk to yourself. I was telling y'all going to bed early, getting you some good sleep. Just there's so many things that you can do to get you in a positive state of mind. And then when you know that you're feeling down, or if you know that you're feeling depressed or feeling sad or different things like that, and you know that you can't talk to anybody, well, excuse me, like Yaya said, call the hotline and talk to them, because some people don't know you. They're total strangers without
That's
judgment. And then
exactly.
yeah, and then know your purpose. Just somebody said it on your one thing and said, just know your why. Like, what is your purpose? Like,
Yes.
what do you want to do? And go back to that happy person. Like,
Yes.
y'all, what was the best time of your life when you was happy? And you say, oh,
Yes.
when I was 36, and this and that or something. Even me
Yes.
and my son had struggles, but I was happy because I had my son. Because you never
Yes.
know, if you having your son going through that stuff, that was
At that
probably your
time.
motivation to push you to keep you to do it. Because
Absolutely.
say you had not had him and it was just you to depend on, then you could have been like, I can't do this, I'm tapping out. So you have to sit there and
Absolutely.
write down and say, where was the best part of my life where I was happy at? Write that down and then go back to it. Do whatever you have to
Absolutely.
do to go back
Absolutely.
to that happy place.
Absolutely.
Trust me, it works. I do a lot. I love writing. I got so many pens and notebooks and tablets and all that stuff. I'm always writing some down because it helps you go and reference it and go back to it. And just to
And
get you
it
in a
helps you
happy
kind of
place too.
identify, it helps you to identify where you were, what was going on
Yeah.
around that time. And so what
Hmm.
did I do that brought me up out of that? So you can use that as a resource the next time.
Hmm.
CC said, right, I realized I had seasonal depression around the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
That's why I started my channel, to be able to chat with people. Very good. Very
Right.
good.
You know what,
Absolutely.
Cece? I didn't even know nothing about that until I was talking to my therapist. Because when the weather is bad, you know how people say people's mood change, like when it's hot, when it's cold, when it's this, when it's that. And then when it's cold and you're in the house and stuff, she had told me, she said, there's a thing called seasonal depression. I had never heard of that.
My dad told me a few years ago, he was like, he said, when fall comes, he feels some kind of way. That's just kind of how he
Hmm.
said it. 80, my dad is 86, getting ready to turn 87. But and all
Hmm.
these years, I never knew that. He was like, and in Seattle, Washington, it can get gloomy a
Hmm.
large period of the year. When we have those good months, it's beautiful there. But it's kind of can be dreary. And he
Yeah.
did. And he was like, he said, he's finally recognized that in the fall he really feels some kind of way. And that's a sign, of kind of being depressed.
Depression,
Janet, also, you can talk to yourself like you talk to someone you love. Like, I know this is so hard. You are feeling so, but you are strong and you can face this. Yes, you can say
absolutely.
that, but you also
Encourage
have to
somebody.
really recognize that they are going through something that that they may not be able to really truly face. So we do have to listen to them, and we do have to really pay attention to where they're at, and we do have to ask those hard questions to them to find out how can we get them the help that they need. Because sometimes you can't just bring yourself out of it. It depends on what degree of depression you are in. Because there's schizophrenia, there's bipolar, there's what's it called? Some other kind of borderline
like anxiety, what was it?
Borderline disorder, I don't know. But so there's a number of very, very serious mental health illnesses that are there. And then you do have your anxiety, your depression, stuff like that. And a lot of times you can work through that yourself by maybe reading and talking to someone, but you want to lead them toward getting diagnosed, so that they can get the real help that they need. So okay, and so you did lead us down the path of things to do. You just gotta take some time for yourself. If that means going for a walk, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Having a spa day, go in the bathroom, lock the door, and make you a bubble bath or what have you. Work in your garden, whatever it is that you like. Yeah, absolutely. So what a great chat. I'm so happy with you guys this evening. This was a good topic for us to have, meeting in the ladies' room this evening, and for us to bounce things off of each other. And so I hope that you guys enjoyed it as well, because I certainly did.
I like everybody's comments and how they, the different things that they deal with. Even Janet said October happens for her when she gets, she says she really have to use nature to keep her mental health strong, and winter is hard to do that. Yeah. Absolutely. Even holidays, Mother's Day is coming up. And some people, they can't deal with Mother's Day because their mother's not here, or they've had not a good relationship with their mother. Even holidays, you really have to, be careful with certain different things, even though you say Happy Mother's Day or Happy Father's Day and different things like that. But some people, that's hard for them. It's sad times of months for them, or whatever the case. So. Absolutely,
Janet. Absolutely. Sometimes that is so necessary that we do have to take. Yes, absolutely. My son does.
Yes. Yeah, because you can't do it on your own.
You can't do it on your own. But you are absolutely right about being positive and talking yourself up. That is part of a plan that a person would want to put in action to keep themselves going. So you are absolutely right. I agree 100% with you. So anyway, but yes, thank you guys for the conversation. Sheer Magic and I really do appreciate it. I don't know how many of you were on the live yesterday with my Thursday vibe session. So over there, I talked about on Thursdays, I had a Thursday vibe session before, and then I stopped doing it, but I revitalized it. And now it's going to be all things health about our body and our wellness. So right now, I've just put out a video today. So if you get a chance, please go look at it. I got a challenge going. It's hashtag Yaya's Best Life Watermelon Challenge. So go check that out. And yesterday on Thursday at 7 p.m., Liz and I, my co-host for the Thursday Vibe session, we had a live yesterday. So if you get a chance, go and kind of scroll through that. And we talk about what we're going to do with this watermelon challenge. Starts May the 18th. So as you leave, stay just for a few more seconds. I'm going to run a video, and then Sheer Magic and I will be out. So before I run the video, Sheer Magic, you want to close out?
Yeah, thank everybody for coming. We really appreciate y'all and everything. And Yeah, take care of yourself, pour into yourself because you can't pour from an empty cup. So we appreciate everybody for joining.
Thank you. We appreciate you guys. Here goes the video.
Okay.
Thank you for joining me. This is going to be a quick video. Yaya's over here trying to get healthy and do her little thing. So all of you that generally follow me, y'all know I've been over here trying to eat healthy, do some fasting and intermittent fasting. But right now, I got a challenge going on, and I would really like for you to join me. It is hashtag Yaya's Best Life Watermelon Challenge, all one word. And it is going to start May the 18th. So we about a week out, and it's going to be 1, 2 to 3 days. So it's your choice. You can choose to fast on watermelon for 1 day or up to 3 days. This is for us beginners. We just getting started with this, okay? So my goal is to go for 3 days. I have some other participants that have said that they're going to go for 3 days as well. So the rules of the challenge are as follow. I want you to drop a video and say, hey, Yaya, I'm going to join you. And I'm going to do it for 1 day, 2 days, or 3 days, or I'm going to start out 1 day and maybe I will progress to the 3. And when you get to your final day, you want to drop another video and just tell us what your experience was, how you feel. You know, I want you to journal each day that you choose to do the fast. And I want to put a disclaimer in here that I'm not a doctor or anything. We're doing this for our own self, for our mind, our body, and our own spiritual health. Okay? And as everybody know, watermelon is one of the highest content of water, about 92-93%, and the cucumber is the #1 fruit that has the high content of water. So it has a lot of benefits to it, a lot of it to your health. It has a lot of benefits for your skin, your digestive system, and this is a way to just reset the old gut and to cleanse all of those toxins out of your body. So that's where we're going to get started at. So again, we're starting May the 18th, and we're going to go for 3 days. It's your choice how many days you want to choose. So make sure you journal each day and let us know the pros and cons of how you feel, and upload that video. And then on that following Thursday, May the 23rd, we're going to meet with Liz and I, my co-hosts from my Thursday Vibe session with Yaya. And that's where we talk all things health now on every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to be over there talking about different health benefits to different fruits and vegetables. And we're going to be talking about our body, our external and our internal body, and how it works and how it digests food. So we're going to break it all down. And we would most certainly love for each and every one of you to join us. So I look forward to, and if you're not a content creator, and you will still want to join us, just drop me a DM in my Instagram, and that is Yaya's Best Life. Or you can send me an email at yayasbestlife@email.com and say, hey, Yaya, I'm going to join you too. And then when we have the great reveal on the 23rd, that Thursday, it's an open panel. So everybody who chooses to, you're welcome to come up and tell us your experience for your 1 to 3 days fasting your watermelon. So I had just made me one. I got some ginger. I love ginger in mine because it gives it a really good kick. And then I have watermelon that's cut up. So, or sometimes I juice it. This one I just did in my blender. And so there are a number of ways to do it. I'll be dropping videos up until our start date, just giving you little tips on different ways that you can set yourself up for success. So I'm looking forward to getting some emails or some DMs in my Instagram, or seeing some videos come out that say, hey, Yaya, I'm with you. We're going to do hashtag Yaya's Best Life Watermelon Challenge. Okay? So see you on the other side, y'all. Deuces, y'all. Thank you, guys. You have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I hope you guys consider joining. So like I said, just hit me up. I see Frugal Mama says she gonna join as well. I got some other people that's been tapping in. So thank you, guys. I appreciate you. Bye, y'all. Stay on Sheer Magic, please.